Hi, everyone, and good evening, and thank you so much for tuning in on this occasion, Wednesday, May the 6th. As always, glad to have you with us. Not so glad to go into the weather towards the latter part of the program. We're talking about a big freeze, a lot of vegetation, some Mother's Day flowers, which could be in a little bit of danger or jeopardy. They're going to need a little extra attention if you already have those, and if you don't, I want to wait a few days. I don't know. We're talking about snow in your forecast still, not to accumulate, but we've got nights in the forecast, 2 or 3, well below the freezing mark. Counting tonight, we're going to see widespread frost and some colder weather, as I was kind of preparing you for last evening. Okay, do you want the humor now, or do you want to? Let's just do it now and get it over with, and then we'll get to the news in just a few seconds. All is right in Daddy's world as of the last 15 minutes or so. I'm always a little too brutally honest with you folks, but I figure you're here for the entertainment as much as the information. So I had the pleasure of having Lacey and Andrew in the office with me today, working. And Andrew takes Wednesdays and uploads the Big Sandy News. We have a new website, which he actually built, by the way, and he uploads the news content to it each Wednesday. He was here. Lacey was doing some schoolwork and things, and she also had her new cat Evie, who's just a few weeks old, with us today. And then Lacey had to leave and went to Moorhead, and she left Evie in the care of myself and Andrew. Oh, let's see where this is going. So that's fine. In this big old building, we keep all the doors shut, but there's still a lot of little crevices and a lot of cabinets and equipment she can get behind, but we kind of know her hiding spots. She's been here before. Well, Andrew goes back home, and I'm like, it's okay. Just leave Evie here. We went ahead and looked for her when he left and couldn't find her, but we knew the hiding spot she had to be in at around 2 o'clock. We just knew. So I sent Andrew on and said, I'll bring the cat home and go on. And then for some reason I started to get a little paranoid. And then we started checking the videos to make sure that she hadn't gotten out the door when maybe Andrew had went out, or my mom had come in earlier to get some papers and went out, and she hadn't. So she had to be in the building. It got to the point that I'd forgotten. I remembered I had this little camera scope that you can use. So I got that out because I knew she was under the kitchen cabinet and had to be there where she always is. Well, the camera scope was dead, so I had to charge it. Then I had to crawl underneath there, and then I finally got the camera under there, and the cat was not there. And at that point is when I panicked and started a really intense search all on my own. Didn't want to bring anybody else down, social distancing. And after a long while, breaking a sweat and clearing out nearly every dust bunny in this place 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago. This is thankfully what I found. Painfully and joyfully at the same time. I mean, what was I going to do if I told Lacey I'd lost her cat, or something had happened to her cat in this office, or it had gotten out? I knew it hadn't, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I mean, there was no other options. Well, there was one. Yeah, behind my big foldable screen there that you use for a background, my green screen there. Yeah, there was Lacey's Evie. Very snug, very warm, and very, very hidden. 2.5 hours. I was in a panic over finding this cat. So, I say that to give you a little humor and entertainment. It might have worked, I don't know. And also to let you know that I'm running a little bit late as a result, but again, all is right in Daddy's world, at least in that respect. But your headlines, maybe a few are less than what I had planned. Sorry. We'll start right after this. I'll be right back. Oh my goodness, look at that face. Look at Titan. Titan is our pet of the week, and Titan absolutely loves people, has a wonderful personality, and is super friendly, and is perfect for a forever home. And he's available for adoption right now at the Johnson County Animal Shelter. Our Pet of the Week, sponsored by Dr. Tom Abel of Able Eyes in Lexington, who wants to remind us all to stay safe, stay home, and his office will be back open before you know it.
I'm Dr. Jason Zimmerman at Highlands ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia.
A message from the Fraser's Prater Drug Store and seasonal shop families. Prater Drug wants you to know that you can now call, use Facebook, or use our Refill RX app to get your prescriptions refilled. And the drugstore also has designated curbside pickup parking in front of and behind the store. Simply call 349-3135. And at the seasonal shop, they're still posting new arrivals and taking orders with free shipping on most everything anywhere in the entire United States. And they're offering scheduled curbside pickup. Just message them on Facebook, Instagram, or email at seasonalshop@yahoo.com. Fraser's Prater Drugstore and the Seasonal Shop says let's all do what we can to help and protect our neighbors and loved ones. Hey everybody, your Sagersville Lees just wanted to let you know that it's still here. It's gone so well that they're going to keep right on for as long as possible with the $5 off coupon for the 16 or 20-piece family pack meal deals at your Sagersville Lees. That's 16 or 20 pieces of chicken any way you like it with all the sides for all the family, $5 off. With the $5 coupon that's in this week's edition of the Sagersville Independent, and Lee's is giving away a Sagersville Independent with every purchase, so there you go. The paper's free, the coupon's free, and you get $5 off only at your Sagersville Lee's famous recipe. Times have changed now and suddenly more than ever. Our lobbies might be closed, but the Sagersville National Bank wants to remind our customers that we're still here. We're still working to provide our community with as many services as possible. During this time especially, we encourage all of our customers to take advantage of all the options we offer to manage your accounts from the convenience of your home. 24-hour internet banking and bill pay, 24-hour telephone banking, remote deposit, automatic loan payments, and wire transfers are also still available to our customers. And we're still here during our normal hours. Mondays through Fridays, the main drive-thru is open from 8 until 3, and the branch drive-thru is open from 8 until 5. And the branch drive-thru is also open on weekends, Saturdays 8 until noon, with ATMs available 24/7 at both locations. I spoke with Mayor Pete Shepard and our Public Health Director just a few moments ago. I have today's update, which follows the report that says that McGoffin County is now one of fewer Kentucky counties to still have no confirmed cases of COVID-19. This after what was one of the 8 made their first confirmation today as we received word from the Judge Executive of Harlan County. While the state map does not indicate it as of yet, it will as soon as it's updated. But indeed, McGoffin County down now to being one out of only 7 eastern Kentucky counties without a confirmed case of COVID-19 after officials at the Harlan County Health Department there confirmed earlier today, as well as Judge Executive Dan Mosley, that Harlan County does indeed have its first confirmed case of COVID-19. Judge Mosley also making the announcement via social media and speaking with McGoffin County Judge Executive Matt Wireman earlier today, both in which he confirmed that this positive case relates to a man at the age of 26 who lives in Harlan County but who works out of state. He was actually tested on Monday of this week, day before yesterday, in that other state, tested positive, and has since returned to his home and is self-isolating in Harlan County, while at the same time health department officials in Harlan and in the other state where he is employed are all working to make contact with anyone who he may have come in contact with. So, with that revelation, that now leaves Robertson, Elliott, Bell, Estill, Lee, Wolf, and McGoffin County as the only 7 states in the 120 that make up Kentucky without a confirmed case thus far of COVID-19. And of course, with McGoffin County still being one of 7, that means that all test results that came back to the McGoffin County Health Department and Public Health Director Pete Shepard again today were negative. We have now hit a milestone in McGoffin County. 300 McGoffin Countians have been tested that we can confirm. 8 more results today, bringing a total to 288 negative results. All returned results have been negative. Shepard says there are 12 other tests pending at this hour, totaling 300 tests that have been done on McGoffin County. And still no positive cases. It's amazing. We have a few details per the Jones and Preston Funeral Home about the Johnson County woman who I told you last night was killed in a single vehicle crash here in McGoffin County night before last. 35-year-old Stacy Music Penix died after being involved in a collision on the Conley farm. 35-year-old Penix, as I told you last night, was the sole occupant and driver of a Jeep Grand Cherokee that struck the guardrail on at least 2 different occasions before crossing both lanes of travel on Route 30 in the Conley Farm area Monday night of this week. The vehicle then overturning and landing upside down in a ditch. With initial calls to 911 indicating that the vehicle was on fire with the victim trapped underneath, it turned out that the smoke and steam was just coming from the vehicle being uprighted and in the ditch line and was not on fire, but Penix was ejected out the passenger window, partially ejected, and believed to have died upon impact after being trapped partially under her vehicle. The McGoffin County Sheriff's Department is investigating the collision and believe that speed was at least one contributing factor. Penix's body, per customary procedures with law enforcement, was sent to the state medical examiner's office for an autopsy, and we've confirmed tonight through the Jones and Preston Funeral Home that arrangements will be made there, with them so far posting that 35-year-old Stacy Renee Music Penix was born in 1985, the daughter of Gary and Renee Daniel Music, preceded in death by her paternal grandfather, survived by one daughter in addition to her parents, that being Abby Penix, and her former spouse Brandon Penix, as well as a host of family and friends. The funeral home also says that in lieu of flowers, memorial contributions are requested to the Jones Preston Funeral Home to help defray funeral expenses. You can do so, if you so choose, by contacting the Jones Preston Funeral Home at 789-3501, while they also say funeral arrangements, again, are incomplete at this hour, but to be announced soon, and, of course, per the pandemic, will be private and graveside. A couple of reminders on tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau community calendar. Parent elections, one for one of our local elementary site-based councils. Yeah, just a couple of reminders. One important from the North McGoffin Elementary School, their site-based council specifically. They are having parent nominations. They're holding parent nominations with a deadline tomorrow at 4 o'clock. You can email, per the pandemic, any parent nomination for the site-based council for North McGoffin Elementary to krhoward2016@gmail.com. Again, parent nominations have to be in by tomorrow at 4, and the election will be held at the school the following day, this Friday, from 11 till 1. And also a reminder that LIHEAP has been extended, the Spring Energy Assistance Program, to the Big Sandy Area Community Action Program. They're now taking appointments. If you would like to come in and apply for LIHEAP, you can do so online at bsacap.org/bookings, or call the toll-free number at 1-877-792-2219. In response to the pandemic, Big Sandy Area Community Action is taking applications for another round of energy heating assistance. Applications taken through June the 30th on a first-come, first-served basis. And we're taking your calendar announcements along with birthdays and anniversaries every weeknight. You just have to tell me so I can tell everyone else about them. I'll be right back. There is never a good time for a breakdown. They will happen, and your car at some point is going to need some repairs and maintenance. And Black Smoke Performance is open and here with professional, fast, safe service. And just in time for warm weather, they now have certified full air conditioning, diagnostics, and repair to keep you cool in whatever you drive. Black Smoke Performance, 349-8785.
With the power to bring us together even when we're far apart, we keep families connected. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Car accidents don't stop. Accidents at work don't stop. Disability and SSI cases don't stop. Your legal needs and concerns don't stop for the coronavirus, and neither does McFarland and Tinker. They are open, able to schedule appointments per CDC guidelines, and always available for telephone and video conferences. Please, be safe, be smart, stay home, and don't let your legal needs fall victim to the pandemic. Call McFarland and Tinker and let them take care of them for you. Getting the best deal on the best tires with the best service has never been easier. Just log on to ConleyTire.net, check out the latest rebates, sales, and promotions, pick out the tires you want, and email, call, or come by. For huge savings from the family who's been proudly serving the area for over 32 years. Conley Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424. All Pro understands that we are all just trying to make it through these most difficult of times, and they want you to know that they're here to help with any repairs or projects that you need done. Big or small, doesn't matter. They've got 0% financing for 18 months and long-term financing if you need it. If you need anything from a new gutter to a new house or a new garage, call All Pro Gutter Works and Construction, 349-9999. Come to Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville and get your prescriptions filled, your over-the-counter medications, and immune system boosters, all from the safety and comfort of your own vehicle, either in their drive-thru or with their new curbside service. You can also call ahead or just download the MyGNP app, that's Good Neighbor Pharmacy, and refill and manage your prescriptions right from your device, helping you and yours stay healthy and safe. Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville, 349-4400. On the heels of yesterday's announcement of the single largest number of positive COVID-19 cases for Kentucky, over 600 yesterday announced by the governor, 309 of those at the Green River Correctional Complex alone. Here are today's numbers from Governor Beshear. Today's new cases put us near another milestone in regards to the count of Kentuckians with COVID-19, 159 new cases today. And in addition to that, Governor Beshear announcing 8 more Kentuckians have lost their lives as a result or due to COVID-19, with 1,616 hospitalized since the pandemic began, with 351 still hospitalized and 2,125 known to have recovered. Now, it's also certainly worth mentioning, we have watched these numbers closely and closely stay, with the exception of yesterday, in the same general vicinity, but testing continues to increase. For example, total number of tested in Kentucky, 61,013. Today, almost 20,000 more since yesterday. Actually, about 17,500. 78,603 people have been tested in Kentucky for COVID-19 or the coronavirus. So that is our strong indicator as to still being in that plateau, nearing that potential start of decline, as numbers continue to stay roughly where they have been, in the 1 to 200 range, with the exception of yesterday, while the number of tests is going up significantly. The governor also announcing that the federal government holding states to testing about 2% of their population, while Kentucky is closer to 3% and above the curve in that regards. While today is also an important day for healthcare, as Phase 2, as was described by Dr. Stack, began today.
Healthcare has reopened for Phase 2 today, and that means that elective and outpatient ambulatory surgery and invasive procedures were allowed to resume today. So this means pretty much same day or like less than 24-hour procedures can be performed in ambulatory surgery centers, in hospitals, and other facilities. In order to do this, they have to perform pre-procedure COVID-19 screening or testing based on specialty or professional society guidelines that are consistent with the Kentucky Department of Public Health guidance. They have to perform daily staff screening for fever and COVID-19 symptoms. They have to require universal masking of all staff, patients, and any others in the facility. They have to eliminate traditional waiting rooms and maintain social distancing in all settings where any waiting is required still. They have to maintain a 14-day supply of PPE based on that facility's specific anticipated burn rate for the next 2 weeks. And all acute care hospitals still have to preserve at least a 30% surge capacity in order to be prepared in case there was a COVID-19 surge. Next week on Wednesday, on the 13th, we will have Phase 3, and we'll have more information on that at a later date. For the healthcare community, the executive order will probably come out by Friday afternoon, so you have that a few days in advance. Please, if you have a serious medical problem, seek medical care. We have been very consistent about this. I understand people are fearful. We have said all along on our slide that we used to show on a regular basis, if you would not have sought care were it not for COVID-19, don't seek care. Because if you feel like you have a cold, stay home and self-isolate. If you think you need medical care but are feeling generally okay, use telemedicine, telephone, some kind of telehealth. But if you think you have an emergency medical condition or you are having a serious medical problem, go seek care. Your hospitals and clinics and doctors are ready for you, and please go seek care. There are people who have stayed home for fear of the coronavirus, and we know that some of them have come sicker and suffered a worse outcome than they needed to. Please go seek care. The hospitals are there and they're ready for you, and you should have great faith and confidence in them. Speaking of which, happy Nurses Day. I've spent an entire career working with nurses.
Total cases, again, 5,934 as we near the 6,000 mark, and most assuredly we'll reach that on tomorrow's count. Let's talk about your weather forecast real quickly before I leave you. I had a few other things we're working on. I'm also working on some things for the McGough County High School that I've talked about on a few different occasions, and we'll be talking about graduation and the virtual ceremonies that they have planned. They're getting closer. One's actually set to air this Sunday, and I'll start to go through that as early as tomorrow, and we'll be talking to some officials and keeping everyone up to date about what the school system has planned for our class of 2020, which of course is just been slighted in one of the most terrible of ways in regards to being denied all of the wonderful ceremonies and accolades that they receive. But as a county and a community and as a school system, I think everyone's doing everything they can to recognize these seniors, and we'll talk more about that later. Real quickly, let's talk about what we have in store for tonight, and it is indeed a cold one. We have a frost advisory out for portions of eastern Kentucky. We've got areas of frost possible tonight. Then tomorrow through Tuesday of next week, we've got a few more rounds of frost. We also have frost and potentially freezing temperatures during the late and early morning hours over the weekend. It's going to be a sunny weekend, but it's going to be on the colder side, especially in the mornings. And yes, if the moisture is still here when we get down into the upper 20s, there could be some snow in our pretty near future. So here's what all of that looks like on screen tonight. A chilly one ahead with widespread frost, as I said, mainly after 5 a.m. Mostly cloudy during the early evening, but we'll see some gradually clearing skies a little while from now. And 33 chilly degrees tonight. And don't forget winds as well. Can't leave the winds out. North, northwest, maybe up to 7, 10, 20 miles per hour tonight. So it's going to be a breezy, light breeze, but definitely chilly night that will give us widespread frost in the morning. That's not the only frosty day we've got. And we'll get to the snow in just a few seconds. But tomorrow, after that widespread frost, we'll see clouds back on the increase. 65, not too shabby tomorrow for daytime highs. I mean, after the frost, we'll hit mid-60s under some cloudy skies. And wind still, maybe 5 to 10 to 20 miles per hour or so at times. So another light breeze tomorrow. Next shower chances are tomorrow night, late tomorrow night. We're talking about 4 or 5 a.m. Friday morning that we'll see mostly cloudy skies. So a low of 47 tomorrow night, which is much better than tonight's. But then look what happens thereafter. As clouds increase tomorrow, shower chances roll in tomorrow night. Temperatures still in the upper 40s, but by Friday, we've got rain likely, mainly after 9 a.m. I think maybe 3/4 of an inch or so possible throughout the day on your Friday. It's going to be 54 degrees. It's going to be rainy, and it's going to be breezy as well. Windy. Southwesterly winds 6 to 10 on average, maybe 28, 30 mile per hour gusts on your Friday. So we're covering it all just about on your Friday. And give me a second, we'll get to the rest of it. So rain, winds, and 54 degrees, maybe up to 3/4 of an inch or so of rain Friday. And then Friday night, rain showers, possibly mixing with some snow after 1 a.m. Accumulation, no. Snow possible, well into May, yes, Friday night. And look for definite widespread frost, too. Check that out. That's not a misprint. 27 degrees Friday night. So if we have some moisture around, it's going to freeze, and it's going to turn into a few flakes, and the timing is all that really matters in that whole scenario. We'll know more about it tomorrow. Winds still up to 20, 23 miles per hour out of the northwest. So another breezy, really cold Friday night. I mean, we're talking 27 with 23 mile per hour winds. We're going to have to do some wind chill calculations there. maybe we'll try to stay away from that. Saturday, that widespread frost lingering. We'll see sunny skies. It's going to be nice and calm and clear for your weekend, but on the cold side, 51 and sunny on your Saturday. Back down to below freezing. More widespread frost Saturday night. Mostly clear. Sunday, mostly sunny. We'll hit the low 60s. And some, of course, morning frost and a 20% chance of showers by mid-afternoon, 3 or 4 or so. 30% lingering on into your Sunday night. Monday of next week, we'll try to get to 60 with partly sunny, but a slight chance of showers for like an hour midday from 2 to 3. I didn't even put it on your screen. I'm hoping that just fizzles out, to be honest with you. Monday night, patchy frost again. We'll be in the upper 30s, but still more patchy frost, partly cloudy. Mother's Day flowers. Well, I don't say not a good idea. They're always a good idea, but you're going to have to keep them inside and protect them if you haven't already. Tuesday, patchy frost in the morning, mostly sunny and 64. Tuesday night, partly cloudy, 44. Shower chances that night. And then Wednesday of next week looks to be a day that we might recover and get close to 70 with some sunshine above. Well, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back without the cat. And I'll see you then. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.